You know, it's amazing that people follow evangelists like they're actually knowing the mind of God. Anybody could read the Bible. Anybody could read the Quran. Anybody could read scriptures. But not everybody can know the mind of God. There's a reason why Abraham was blessed. There's a reason why Noah was blessed. There's a reason why Ezekiel, Elijah, Matthew, Mark were blessed. Jesus told them, God revealed to them to go into the highways and the byways and preach the word. And these signs will follow those that believe. I haven't heard, and the world is not astounded by any of these evangelists laying hands on people and them receiving their sight. The lame is walking. The devils are cast out. There's not anything going on in the churches to excite the world. They're reading from a book, and the same thing is happening over there with the Quran. They call their God Allah. I have no idea. And then you have sects in the religion, different sects in the religion, that call God Jehovah. I don't know what God revealed to them. I wasn't there, but all I know is God never revealed to me what he wants me to call him. I'm going to say it again. They got divine revelation. They knew what God wanted to be called because they had revealed divinely revelation from his lips, from his mind. So why are we arguing about what we couldn't call him? I wasn't there. He has not told me. Even though God has spoken to me, God has revealed his mind to me divinely. Not through a book, not through but God has not revealed what he wants to be called. And I'm not really worried about that. I'm worried about when he calls me, will I answer? That's the real calling. That's the real problem, is God says that he will reveal to people what he wants them to do, but we're not listening. And we're not following his instructions. We're not obeying his command. But, you know, back in the day, God spoke to Pharaoh. God spoke to Abraham. God spoke to Moses. And one prerequisite for him revealing his mind to them is he didn't do it through another man. Why would he use another man when he could speak to his children himself? Nowhere in the Bible has God said he's going to stop speaking to people and start revealing his mind through another man. And the reason why those three men were blessed, Moses, Abraham, and Noah, was because they obeyed the voice of God. The reason why they were blessed and Pharaoh was cursed is because he did not. Traditionally, Pharaoh must have came around and said, hey, look, man, we've been doing this for thousands of years. We've been enslaving nations and making them do our work for hundreds of years. And if we can get other nations to do our work and carry our burdens, then I don't have to make my people do it. And it's the way to go, and God's not worried about your traditions. God's worried about you obeying his voice. And each and every one of us have met somebody on the side of the road, had a dream or a vision, but Satan plucks that word out of our mind. Because when God spoke to me in a Walmart parking lot and told me everything's going to be all right, he required one thing of me, and that was me to obey him. There was necromancy, there was fortune telling, things in my life that Satan was overwhelming my family over. And what happened was, I was in a huge auditorium when I first got married, and this auditorium was huge in Virginia Beach, huge. Every table was full of books, maybe 15 books stacked 4, 5, 6 high. And these tables were set in this huge auditorium. And as I went over to the first table in that auditorium, I picked up a book called Satan, Satan, opened it up, and it was revealed to me in that book, foolishly, that Satan drew Jesus in the wilderness. And that's not the way it happened. They twisted the words around like evangelists twist the words around today. Evangelists and the experts, the scholars in the Quran, twist the words around to suit their own means. to make them be the ones that you have to go to get divine revelation. How's that going to happen? How is God going to speak to other men through physical words when he's a spirit? And God's not worried about what he says to other people. You shouldn't be worried about what God says to other people. That's for them. And if they want to think that the world's going to come to an end and you're going to be ushered in and get 7, 10, 12 virgins, that's not what he revealed to me. And if you think you're going to be blessed 10, 20, 30, 100-fold, that's not what he revealed to me. But a man came to the side of me, appeared just as quick as could be. He pulled the book out of my hand, sat on the table. He said, "You ought not to be reading that." Now remember, my family was involved and opened up to necromancy, fortune-telling, Chinese numbers, Ouija boards. And it helped tore my family apart. Okay, so now, as I walked around that auditorium, that man was 2, 3 tables away. And as I looked at him, I wondered, why did he do this? I mean, so he never looked up once. But as I left the auditorium, he was behind me about, 15 feet, with hedges that go out the auditorium to keep everybody, corralled in to get in and out of the auditorium. And all of a sudden, as I left, turned around, and as he was leaving, one step out, that he vanished. He wasn't there. But I haven't went to necromancy, and I wondered why God said that to me. Where was I supposed to get my guidance? And he revealed to me how, through his mouth. What's your excuse? The reason why you're not blessed is because you're not obeying with the words coming out of his mouth. You're obeying the words that came out of another man. That's it. It's a story. You want to be blessed, you obey God. You want to be blessed, you obey his voice, because he's going to tell you something different than he told me. But one thing's for sure. He doesn't care about your traditions or your commands of men. Your doctrines. You scholars, you make him laugh. You make him laugh. You sicken him.